What is going on YouTube? This is Jake back again with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how to install the Mtech conversion for the pre-LCI E92. There's not a lot of videos out there. Now I've already got the front bumper uninstalled, so if you haven't done that yet, you might want to check on another video. It's pretty straightforward as well. There's a few mounting screws and then the underneath trim panel, and you just kind of pull it right off. And it comes off pretty easily. So I figured I'd just jump into how to get everything converted over, as it can be confusing if you don't know what you're doing. This is my version of it. I know that there's a couple other ways to do it and some other tutorials online, but this is what I found easiest and what's going to work. There are some products that you might want to pick up down in the description below. Just FYI, check the links down below, order those products to do this conversion. To clarify, those products needed are just a couple miscellaneous screws that aren't on the old bumper, that are very inexpensive, very cheap, down in the description below. All right, let's get into it. Everything's pretty straightforward as far as like the mesh goes, this like plastic molding mesh for the grill. All I did was I put it on there and I just kind of hammered my hand through there. Sometimes you got to be patient with these little clips. Make sure not to break those, but I just kind of put it into place. Now, this is where it kind of gets pretty confusing, is once you get here, all you're set up with is the actual the fog light itself and this housing piece that comes with that, as well as like some kind of like miscellaneous hardware that has no names or products other than like a left and right symbol. And these guys, to be quite honest, I have no idea what these are for. No clue what these are for. They might be apparent later on in the installation process, but from what I know, I'm pretty sure you can get around without using really any of these, but we'll have to see later on in the installation process. So I just kind of threw these to the side as I'm working on the bumper itself. So with those out of the way, it's actually really straightforward as long as you have the right hardware, which for the European Motorsport bumper or any of the bumpers, they're all pretty much going to be the same, are going to come with exactly what's in the box, which is everything but the hardware. But all you're going to want to do is, grab your, this is the left side. Make sure you have the left light unit. They're labeled on here with LH. So you take these two and you're going to go ahead and just connect those. And then you'll notice that it lines up here and here with some like pre-drilled holes. And so here are the pieces that you're gonna wanna use. Now you can technically reuse these guys from your old bumper. I recommend just buying some. They're just so cheap that you can just buy some new ones. So all you need is two of those. And then I have these screws that I actually have picked up. They're a little bit longer than typical trim screws. I picked up a bunch of these, or I have just a bunch of these from old projects as I'm doing the E92 rebuild. But I've got a bunch of these kind of laying around that work perfect for this. So I'll link you guys to these in the description. So all you need to do is see where it lines up. You take this guy, or one of these guys, and all you want to do is make sure that the trim or the screw goes through this side and sits flush on this side. So just because you want to make sure that the light stays in place with the housing. So all I did was I took one of these and I slid it on the back side. And took a screw, and it's not gonna fit perfectly, and these screws are a little bit thicker for this actual plastic molding, so you kind of have to like mold it through, but once it gets through there most of the way, all I did was really just to line it up. I just used my power drill. All right, and you can see that it's threaded through on the other side. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing on this side. This one was a little bit more trickier. All right guys, so that took me a little bit longer than expected, but basically the screw here, yes, it does work. Can you get around without using this? Yes. All I did was I have an extra set of just some random miscellaneous screws. Let's see if I can pull one out. So I just used a miscellaneous screw like this, essentially for this one. The problem was these were just a little too short. If you want to, you can also just use a standard like screw. Either way, the purpose is to fasten the fog light onto this housing. So it doesn't matter how you get it done, it's just a matter of it getting done. So once it's on there, we'll flip to the next step. All right, so for installing these, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna align this up. And then I'm just gonna take note to where these kind of lining up pieces are. All right, so in order to get this on here, it's actually in there super solid. All I did was align the clips up. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then these obviously snap over and in place. And these also have, I believe, their own little clips. But all I did was I put one of these guys on this other side. And I just drilled a hole, or I just put one fastening screw to kind of hold it down. And then I put one here on this end. I believe we're gonna need this when installing it onto the bumper, not too sure, but I just put one there just in case. And it looks like there should be space for one, I believe, here and down here. But if you can tell, there's they're actually really thick, A, and then B, there's no actual hole on this piece to kind of drill through it directly, so you'd have to drill through it. I think it's in good enough shape and attached to the bumper well enough to where that's not coming off. Being as safe as possible, I think that this is going to be your best option. If you'd like, you can drill it. Again, it's in there. It's not going anywhere. It's not like it's going to fly off. It's securely in there. So I'm gonna do it like this, but if you guys want to do it another way that you guys feel more comfortable with, you guys are definitely more than welcome to do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll get this thing attached onto the car. So I got both sides completed. Both sides are done. The only extra thing I had to go out and buy was an H11 bulb on the pre-LCIs. The bulb that came with the housing was an H8, so I switched to an H11. I believe you can do like a white colored or like kind of like the, not yellow, but like halogen, more halogen color. I just went with the halogen because it was cheaper, got AutoZone to price match with Amazon, and so it was just a lot cheaper to go that route. You guys can obviously upgrade that if you want, but just for now, I'm gonna go ahead and I went with the cheaper set. So I'll back the car out and then I'll go ahead and work on getting this bumper on. The car is backed out. I'm gonna go ahead and lift the hood up. The first side on so far, and now I'm just working on this side. Don't forget while you're doing this, make sure to connect your fog light before fastening everything up. Just something to think about, just in case you do forget. And one other thing I forgot to mention, don't forget to move the fastening piece over to the new bumper. Forgot to do that when installing, so don't forget to do that before you start putting everything back together. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw some love from Mashimaru on there. Go make sure to check out his site if you need anything cool in there. But I picked up these grills. There's also a little discount code if you do shop on there. All you gotta do is throw in discount code JNA Edits and you get 5% off your purchase. So I'm gonna go ahead and just snap this in. And the second one. And and that's pretty much it. I was able to convert the front bumper. So hopefully this helped you out. Again, this isn't a perfect tutorial, just the way that I decided to do it. I didn't even put on these caps here just yet because I'm probably going to be in and out of this car quite a bit. So I just decided not to put those on yet, but definitely will need those when it comes to inspection time. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. On the way to building this car, if you guys don't know, had this car, got it down in Oregon, which I'm in Washington State, and this car was totaled. So I'm working on getting it rebuilt. Go ahead and check out some of the earlier videos, but definitely working on getting this thing rebuilt. Came into some hiccups, but working through those as we speak. These are mods, and I've got some really nice set of rims here, which I'm not gonna reveal, just know that these things are damn sexy. And can't wait to open these up. Guys, all done with this video. I'll see you guys in a future video. If this seemed to help you guys, again, make sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe, as more content will be coming your guys' way. Hope to catch you guys on the flip.